Oh my god, really? That was so cheap! Ta-da! Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel or welcome here if you're new here. My name is Ems and I live here in the UK for a bit now. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my embarrassing moments or experiences when I came and moved here in the UK. Okay, right. So I don't usually share some of my embarrassing moments, but in today's video, I'm gonna be doing that. So please don't laugh at me, alright? Because it's quite embarrassing. Okay, so we are going to start with the weather. Okay. So, as you know, I came from the Philippines and the weather there is quite hot. So, most of the time, we are using umbrella just to, protect our skin from the sun, and because it's so hot, we're used to the hot weather that we would like to protect our skin from the damaging rays of the sun, and of course, some of the people there doesn't want to get burned as well. So it's so opposite here in the UK. When I first arrived here in the UK, I think that was around May, and it was quite hot already. It's like spring, summer, and so one day, this is when during my first week of arriving here in the UK. So I was walking one day and the sun is really hot and I thought like, oh my god, it's so hot. So being from the Philippines, who's used to be using umbrella when the weather is so hot, so I have an umbrella with me while I was walking. So I turned it on because I thought, oh my god, it's so hot. So as I was walking around, I was walking, I've noticed some of the English people who was laughing at me, and I thought, I was like, why are they laughing at me? And because I was so embarrassed, I just turned off the umbrella and ran off, and I just realized that, my god, they love the sun so much, that they are not used to people hiding under umbrella when when the sun is out there. They are celebrating, and it's opposite from the Philippines, where in here, when the sun is out, you can see them all, you can see them at the beach, lying down, having a suntan, and they just love it. So it's completely opposite. And obviously, being new to England's life, being a newcomer, I don't know those kind of things. So it was a bit embarrassing, not knowing, and also the process of adjustment when you are just, first time in a place that you've never been before. Next is the money. So obviously it takes time for me to adjust, with the money from Philippine peso to pound, British pound. And so there's one time where I think it's my first time I was sent from my workplace. I was sent to go to Morrison, to do a food shopping. And obviously I'm still adjusting with everything, and then when it's my turn to pay, I was confused. I thought the money they've given to me wasn't enough. I don't know, for some reason, I got confused. And so I said to the cashier, like, okay, I'm gonna leave everything, then I'll come back, I'm just gonna go and get more money. Oh my god. So when I went back to my workplace, which is a care home, because I work in a care home. And then so I said to my team leader, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. Everybody's looking at me at the at the till, because we have to queue. And so everybody was looking at me. I put away everything, I put it in a bag and everything, and then I just realized, oh my god, my money is not enough. And then so I was explaining what happened, and then she went and counted the money. She said, no, actually, I've given you excess money, I've given you enough money, for the food shopping. And I was like, oh my god,
Oh my God!
So I have to go back again to Morrison and pay, and it was total embarrassment. um, well, it takes a lot of time to adjust with everything, right? During the first few weeks and month of my life here in the UK is a total, nightmare.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
I made a lot of mistake. I made a lot of embarrassing moments, and then so that's it with the money. Next is the accent, the British English. Oh my God, when at my workplace, one time they were asking me to get something, right? So it was the towel. They told me, "Can you please come and get me a towel?" And I was wondering, what is towel? Towel, and obviously I was so embarrassed to ask, like I don't wanna end up like looking stupid. But anyway, I just went because everybody was so quick at the time. Like, can you please come and get me a towel? And then so I went and wondering. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and get this. But what is it? What's towel? Towel? What is it? And then I didn't have a choice but to go back and ask what is it that they were asking me to get. I was like, okay, I'm so sorry, but I didn't really get it. What is towel? And then they were showing it to me. It's a towel, It's a towel, guys. Oh my God. So I said, okay. Oh, towel. You mean towel, not towel. I don't know. I mean, the British accent sometimes can be a bit confusing as well. Like, towel. Why would they call a towel a towel? Like, for us, I would know that thing as a towel, not towel, right? So again, it was so embarrassing. Like, I was looking like so stupid, so ignorant. But what would you expect, I was still adjusting to the life, isn't it, here in the UK at that time. And then there's another thing as well, right? So my colleague at work, they were talking about something, okay? So I thought they are talking about the thing that I was thinking.
What?
Because what I heard based on their conversation is Legoland. Okay, so in Legoland, this place Legoland is where you go and go for a day out, stuff like that. And it wasn't cheap, it was quite expensive to go to Legoland. So they were talking about this price, and I thought, oh my God, really? That was so cheap. I went and back in the conversation, I was like, really? That was really cheap. Really? Legoland? And they were like, what you on about? I said, Legoland. And then they were like laughing at me. It's like, oh my God, we're not talking about Legoland. We're talking about leg of lamb. So can you see the confusing part? Legoland, leg of lamb. Especially when they are talking too fast and they have this accent. So I was like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. And they were just laughing at me. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. But then you go, guys, I mean, it's difficult. Even me sometimes. They don't understand me because the way I talk, the way I pronounce things, and my accent, Like, I could not even pronounce the word but. But. Like the bath, like you're going for a bath, like, when you go in the bathtub. So I would pronounce it like but they, with them it's like I don't know, I cannot pronounce it, but like but but you're having a buff but see, I can't pronounce it. It's difficult, the language difference and the accents and stuff like that. Okay, it's difficult. And with us from the Philippines, we are more into American English than, when I came in here, I was like, oh, I didn't realize there is a British English, and it's a different in terms of accent and the way they pronounce things. Like, for example, with American English, you say tomato, and in here, tomato, things like that. So there's a lot of differences. So it's another adjustment for me, the language, the accent, and also like people here has got different accent, especially like Scottish. I can barely understand what they're saying. I don't really understand Scottish sometimes, the way they talk, like like it's so strong their accent. It's difficult sometimes to make a conversation, like, and most of the time, I just pretend like I understand because I feel so embarrassed to ask, like, sorry, come again, repeat. I feel embarrassed to keep asking to repeat themselves. They might get annoyed of me. So like if I talk with Scottish, and I don't understand, I just like, oh yes. I'm like, yes, yes. I'm like pretending like, yes. I just laugh it off like with their jokes or whatsoever. But then in reality, I don't understand what they're saying. I was like, what they're talking about? I'm lost. Oh yes, I've got this experience. When I few days, I think I only few days arrived, when I just arrived here in the UK, right? So I was at my sister-in-law's house in London. I just got this Chinese friend. So, Chinese, they have this quite a strong accent as well. And then so she asked me, because my sister-in-law introduced me, and she was like, oh, this is my sister-in-law, she just arrived from the Philippines. And then she was like, oh, hi, hello, like, how you settling in here? Like, I was like, sorry, come again. And then she kept, she said, hi, you're settling in here, like, Chinese, they've got this accent, and then I still could not figure out what she was trying to say. I keep saying sorry, sorry, what? And I feel so embarrassed to keep asking her to repeat herself. So, and then I still cannot answer her. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I don't know, I'm like, I'm just speechless. Like, I could not answer anymore, and I could not ask her again to repeat herself. So, luckily, my sister-in-law was there, and she is the one who answered for me. And she was like, oh yeah, she's doing well, she's fine, she's settling, like, and I was like, oh God, this is so embarrassing. So after my sister-in-law's friend left, she asked me, she was like, what's happened to you there? Why you can't answer? You know how to speak English and you can understand English. So why you can't answer her question? And I was like, oh, because I thought she asked me, how are you sizzling, So I thought she was trying to say, how are you sizzling? And then my sister-in-law, burst with laughter because she said, oh my God, so you think that she's going to barbecue you? With the word settling, sizzling, like when she's saying that word settling, I thought she was trying to say sizzling. That's how I understood it, like sizzling, like, oh. And that's why I could not answer her back. So you see the difference, it's quite difficult adjusting, when you are a newcomer in one place, in a country. So, it was quite embarrassing. And then, okay, in terms of food, okay, they have this food called, well, they have, obviously, mince pie, they called the mince pie, especially at Christmas, they have, they eat mince pie. It's very popular here in the UK. So, I thought when they said mince pie, there's an actual mince inside of the pie. I didn't realize that it's a fruits. It's very fruity, So okay, so I was once offered with a mince pie. You know, the first time I was offered mince pie, and then when I tried it on, I was like, so where is the mince? Why it's so sweet? You know, I was expecting it to be more like savory. You know, like has got a mince, you know, inside of it, and maybe like potato, you know, kind of thing. And then it isn't. You know, they told me that I don't know, something to do. I think it used to have a mince, but then it changed. I forgot now, you know, what was the reason behind it. But sometimes you come across with foods that they call it with something or like with a name, but then it's not the actual, you know, meaning, or you know what I mean, like it's not literal. Like example, that one mince pie, it's not literal, like has got a mince inside of it, you know. They have lots of that here in the UK, which can be a bit confusing. So yeah, I have loads of embarrassing experience moment here when I just came, which is when I just arrived here in the UK. And then also oh, you know, when I went to the charity shop, you know, in the Philippines, like the palengke, or you know, the market there, you can banter, like you can like ask the sales lady to reduce the price. You know, I thought it's the same in here. You know, I went to the charity shop, and then it was my first time in the charity shop, and I was gonna buy this wooden box for my husband, and I asked the lady if they can reduce the price. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. You know, she told me, oh, I'm sorry, we can't because it's for charity, and I was like, oh my god, you know, I'm gonna go. Okay, thank you, bye. You know, there's a lot of moment times, you know, where I was so embarrassed because either people don't understand me or I don't understand them. I think the big factors is the language, you know, the language, the culture, um, everything, you know, and the differences, the weather as well, the foods. There's a lot of things, you know, that we have to take in consideration when we move to a country. So we have to make the big adjustment, and sometimes we end up, you know, getting embarrassed because we don't know. And well, it's a part of the experience, which is quite fun as well. So I just wanted to share with you guys. Please don't laugh at me. I know it's a bit embarrassing. Anyway, what about you guys? Do you have an experience moving abroad or going abroad, and you know, you feel embarrassed or you get embarrassed by the things that you don't know? Well, please do share and comment down below your experience. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. I'm hoping to vlog more about our life here in the UK, you know, the adjustment and everything. So hoping it could be helpful to people who would like to move abroad or come over here in the UK as well in the future. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you again next time. Thank you. Bye.